Welcome, gamers, to Basement Arcade Pause Menu, the show where we hit pause, sit back, and just chill. I'm your host, Ben Magnet. We have invaded the Fake Nerd podcast because we are talking about the Nintendo Direct that happened this week. I am joined by my bros, Brandon T. McClure, Ryan Iliopoulos, and Sparks Witty. So, gentlemen, how'd you guys enjoy the Nintendo Direct? Because, holy shit, my wallet and bank account are crying and they want to murder me.
I legitimately thought he was going to end it with, gentlemen, start your engines.
Nope. I'm cool. Like, I'm nowhere near as hype as you.
I'm
sorry.
Well, let's get into it. Why?
I thought it was fantastic. I was almost interested in everything that they showed me.
Brandon, did you want me to take the reins? Because I have the list up right here.
If you got the list, do it. I don't want to read this.
I got the list. So, let's start with Nintendo Switch Sports. As a bunch of us know, Wii Sports is the most popular Wii title ever. It was a pack-in title. It was essentially the game that sold the Wii, and it's coming back in a way with the Switch. And we got a gameplay trailer. There's a demo that's coming out that you can play 3 of the games, and it's coming out on April 29th. And I think this is going to sell so many more Switches, and so many people are going to get this game.
I'm excited for this.
If you didn't already have a Switch, like, this will get all the casual people who had Wiis and made the Wii the most high-selling console of its time. This is sports is a very fun, casual game. Like, if you like bowling and tennis, it's a really good time. Like, it's a good party game to have with your friends. Absolutely, yeah.
I was watching the Direct, and with of course, bowling was I want to say bowling was the sports Wii Sports bread and butter. Mm-hmm. But then now you have games like
I was a tennis fan.
Yeah, you got the sword fighting one. You have badminton. You have so many others. It's just damn, that I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because the Switch actually surpassed the Wii in sales right now. Mm-hmm. It beat the Wii in sales, and now this is probably just gonna make it even more. Mag in the chat, he mentioned Strikers is a shockingly surprise upset.
We got to save that one for later.
Yeah, we're saving that one for later. I'm just gonna go down the list. Holy shit, this was a big one, gentlemen. You may remember about one of my wishes this year from the holiday special.
Yes,
about Mario Kart 9. We're not technically getting Mario Kart 9, but at the same time, I don't think we need Mario Kart 9, because instead we're getting a DLC bundle that includes 48 brand new, or not brand new, but 48 new tracks, which doubles the original lineup on the game cart that you can put in right now.
And it's only $25. Or if you have the expansion pass, it's free. But that's less than $2. That's less than $2 a track.
And it's going to come out and also before we keep going, these tracks are not going to come out all at once. They're going to come out in waves, so we won't have the complete set of tracks until 2023. But when they do release a wave, it's going to be 8 tracks, so 2 brand new cups essentially. Yeah,
you're getting you're getting them every couple months, but it's a lot of content. I think this is a better idea than making Mario Kart 9, because I haven't played as much recently Mario Kart 8, but that is a really good game. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You don't need, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
They're going the Smash model.
They're making it a platform, absolutely. And that is the smartest thing they can do, because they are going to make so much more money selling $25 expansions and trying to sell a new game. 100%. Yeah. Because so many people already own the game. It's the highest. Brilliant.
I was writing a piece for this for GoNintendo.com, because I honestly don't feel like we need a Mario Kart 9 at this moment. I mean, we might get one eventually, maybe when Nintendo makes a brand spanking new console, like that's the Switch 2 or whatever, the new next evolution of
not for at least a couple years.
Exactly, not for a couple years, but with this much content for that low of a price, because really all you need are just new tracks. The roster is a stacked roster already. Mm-hmm. But $25 on a game that's actually pretty cheap, that's the best-selling Switch game in the world as of right now, that's a no-brainer.
It's 5 years old.
Yeah, it's not only that. The game originally came out on the Wii U in 2014.
That's so crazy.
And here's a fun fact. You want to know how many copies that game sold for on the Wii U?
750 million.
8 million units around. You want to know how many units sold on the Switch?
10 million.
43.35.
Holy shit, that's actually extremely high.
Well, it helps when it's a title that's sold with the console when you purchase it.
That's still a lot.
That's how I bought my Switch. I bought my Switch with Mario Party built in.
That's amazing. That's
very true.
What's next on the list?
I'm all for this. I'm all for have more Mario Party in one place. That's great.
Brandon, if you have anything, just shout it out. You excited for new tracks in Mario Kart?
Not particularly. It sounds cool. I'm sure I'll play them.
All right, probably. Next on the list is Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was announced. This was the big showstopper that ended the direct. It will follow the adventures of Noah and Mio amid turmoil between the hostile nations of Kiev and Agnes. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 will also looks like it will connect to the futures of both the original Xenoblade game and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it's slated for a September 2022 release.
So I know we haven't played these, Ben, but I know you thought this trailer was dope. Because you said, so how can I play 1 and 2? Because I also thought this trailer looked really dope, but I'm like, oh shit, I want to get into this franchise now. Because this looks really cool.
Good news is that you can find the first one, Xenoblade, the definitive edition at Target, and you can also find it cheap on Amazon, but for some ungodly reason, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which came out a lot earlier in the Switch's lifestyle, is really freaking hard to get. And it's also stupid expensive on the secondhand market.
I don't know why, Ben.
They'll McFrickin' do that to you.
I don't know why, Ben. I've known you for a very long time, but every single time you say McFrickin', I always do a double take because I'm like, did he just? No, he did. He does this.
It became one of my catchphrases now. Sparks, any words on Xenoblade or not so much?
Nope.
Okay. Well, here we go. Mario Strikers. This is after Fire Emblem. This was a big showstopper because a year ago, our friend of the show, Patrick Brickhouse from the Retro Blast podcast, he was on the E3 episode with myself and Inga saying that he wants more Mario Strikers. The Mario sports games outside of golf and tennis have been silent.
Oh, yeah.
And we're getting a brand new one, and this looks gorgeous.
So the thing that is so exciting about this one is because there hasn't been another soccer game since the GameCube one, right, Ben? Is that correct? Okay.
I want to say the Wii. I want to say there was one that came out on the Wii, but there was definitely one that came out on the GameCube.
Okay. No one talks about that one. But anyway, Strikers, what makes Strikers so cool is that it is one of the only Mario offshoots that has its own really unique, cool style. There's hard lines. They're all dressed aesthetically like they're punks and they're cool, and they actually fight each other. It's one of the most violent Mario games. So you can just go punch people in that game. And thank God they are keeping that aesthetic. You're just gonna beat people up in this game, and they're all dressed like battle warriors. Looks awesome.
Strikers is one of my favorites. This was my most hype from Nintendo Direct.
I love Mario Sports. I don't give a shit about real sports. I love Mario Sports.
I've never played the original Strikers game. Both and Mag is over here in the chat. He is confirming that there was another one on the Wii version Wii as well. So we had
the Wii version was the one I played. I really like it. Okay. I love Strikers. I'm happy that it's coming to Switch.
Hell yeah.
I am going. Like I said, the second they announced Strikers, I'm like, oh. First, I listened to this to hear the joys, the sound of joy all the way from our friend Patrick saying hallelujah because he's been wanting this for a good long while. Also, this is another big one. This has been rumored for a while. Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition. It's a remaster of the original game that came out on the PlayStation. It's coming to the Nintendo Switch on April 7th, but it's also being bundled with a text adventure that never released, as far as I know, never released here in the United States.
That's really nice. I love extra stuff. I don't know if I'll play this one because it's long JRPGs. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I want to say Chrono Cross is a sequel to Chrono Trigger, but maybe not a direct sequel. But there's elements of Chrono Trigger that the events of Chrono Trigger affect the world of Chrono Cross. So many Chrono Trigger fans were stupid excited, and I'm happy for them. And I would like to play this, but I'm gonna hold off on this one for a while because I do have Chrono Trigger. I'm gonna play that first, and once I finally do, if I'm luckily it's coming out on the Switch, and it's cool, I'll be able to snag it, and I'm looking for. And also, I'm just happy that people get to. There's we get the game, yes, but also we get something added that we never experienced before.
Yeah, it's a little sweet treat.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Portal is coming to the Switch. Portal 1 and 2. The official title is Portal Companion Collection, which I think is rad because hey,
I'll buy those again.
Portal is one of the greatest games of all time, and Portal 2 is also one of the greatest games of all time. And Portal 2 is such a good co-op game. Mm-hmm. Playing it on a Switch, with friends, that'd be great. On online co-op and stuff too. That's a good Switch game.
I really like the online co-op for Portal 2. I thought that was really fun, really cool.
Oh yeah, that game's great.
Oh yeah, and now you can play it on the go, which so many people, which is one of the best things to have a Switch. And actually,
those are one of the best feeling games too. Just in general, I love those games.
Yeah, I still remember when Portal the height of Portal popularity, people were around Brandy, you might remember, see some people were just saying the cake is a lie. Anytime someone mentioned cake.
It's true.
Let's see. Splatoon 3, they showed off a new mode called Salmon Mode, which is coming to the game when it releases later. Well,
wait. I can correct you. Ha! Salmon Run mode.
Salmon Run mode. Thank you. Yeah, so
mode.
I'm not a big Splatoon guy. I never really got into it. I haven't played it, but it's the creatures look interesting. You gotta get these salmon eggs and you gotta throw them into a basket. It looks creepy, or not creepy, but it looks interesting. So cool. New mode for Splatoon fans.
Yeah, it does have a huge fan base. It's just we're not in it.
Yeah, but hey, they have it, and that's great. Next up, a new gameplay trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land sparked the memes all over the internet. Gentlemen, what do we think about this? Because I wanted to get this game hardcore, but first, now I want to get it even more. Oh, you got a Kirby hat.
I put it on my cat.
Oh,
I'm so excited for this game because I didn't realize they're just making Mario Odyssey with Kirby.
Yeah,
because that's what it looks like. Like him throwing, like it's basically just the hat, but like
that's true.
It looks so good. It looks so good.
Not only that, I also love what they're doing with the power-ups. Because if you haven't played a traditional well, actually, this is the first true 3D Kirby game, if I remember correctly. Because even Kirby 64 was a 2.5 side scroller. Kirby's never been like a full 3D world like this. His games have always been side scrollers or puzzle or other type of games. So the fact that they're changing the power-ups as you play through the game, I think that's a brilliant idea. Like you rescue more people, you get better power-ups.
Yeah, it was fun to see. We talked about last week as one of our hype games that we're looking forward to. So yeah, cool to see more of Kirby.
Oh yeah, cannot wait.
Bring up Bag's comment real quick because that's also the thing I'm most excited about.
Love the idea of Kirby building a town for Waddle Doos.
Yeah, like you're building up this town for the people you rescue, and I'm like, a town builder in my post-apocalyptic Kirby game? What?
It's a co-op game.
Oh, really? Did I miss that?
One person plays as Kirby, the other person plays as a Waddle. Is it a Waddle Doo or Waddle Dee? No, whatever. Yes. Yeah, either one person plays as Kirby, the other plays as a little Waddle person.
I love it.
Yeah, moving down the list, a new Disney Kart game is coming out, Disney Speedstorm. It's a free-to-play game that's coming later this year. Not a whole lot, just like a few screenshots of tracks. Designs
also not a Switch exclusive.
Yeah, not a Switch exclusive.
This is the first time we've seen anything for it.
Yeah, this is a free-to-play Mario Kart Disney clone. I'm okay.
I mean, we got Mario Kart DLC coming out, so I'm like, that one's getting all my time and attention. Disney, I love you. You have made some pretty good kart racers in the past, but not this time.
It's a free-to-play one where you buy the costumes and accessories for the characters you want. So if you're into that,
I'm good. Ryan, this is for you. No Man's Sky. It's coming to the Nintendo Switch. You can play No Man's Sky portably. How cool is that?
I'm going to play it on the literally worst looking version I possibly can.
Yeah, right. That's kind of the bummer. It's like No Man's Sky is kind of a game built entirely around the aesthetic of enjoying what it looks like.
That's the huge problem because it is a massive game. So if you're not playing the cloud version, that game's going to look like shit.
Yeah, I play Fortnite on my Switch, and it's really hard for me to do when I have the PS5.
And it's surprising that it's not the cloud version. It is a Switch version. So I'm just like, that game's got to be limited in some way. Because there's I played the PS5 upgraded version where that's the prettiest game you can see for thousands of miles.
I'm happy that No Man's Sky is there for accessibility purposes of people who are want it on the Switch, and that's cool. It is not even close to the way I would prefer to play that game.
The only way to play the game, then that do it. But otherwise, play it on an old gen. Play it on a PS4 if you have to instead.
I mean, I saw it. I thought if people don't have No Man's Sky, they maybe want to play casually or just or they just want to play it here and there, and they don't really care about the visuals. I was like, cool, get the Switch version. But at the same time,
not caring about the visuals, it's that's the whole point of the game.
Yeah,
it is a big part of going to different worlds to experience with the different how it looks and what it is. And seeing the atmosphere and more particles and that stuff is important in in a sci-fi space game.
For No Man's Sky, I mean, cool. The game is on Switch; people can play it on the go. That's great. But at the same time, I feel with a game like No Man's Sky, especially with how far it's come since its launch, I want that thing on my PS5.
I don't see how that game runs on a Switch and it doesn't chug hard. That's the only thing. Yeah.
This is one of those where I'm definitely interested when the Steam Deck comes forward. If
there you go.
If that beats the Switch version of the No Man's Sky,
that's really 5 switches.
If you want it on the go, you get it on the Steam
Deck. 5 switches. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. So after that, one of my dreams came true. Oh, not one of my dreams, but one of my hopes. My whatchamacallit? my direct hopes came true. We actually have a release date. Come on, alcohol, calm the F down. We have a release date for Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. It is officially coming to Nintendo Switch April 8th. That's pretty much all I was really hoping for this Direct.
That's so soon.
Like when the Direct came out, it's like, hey, we're having a Nintendo Direct in February. I'm like, I just would like a release date for Advance Wars. Everything else is just serendipity. And Lordy, I got a lot more than I asked for.
The reason I like this Direct so much is because like they said before they announced it as like, hey, this is going to be for all the stuff coming in the first part of the year. It's not any of our big time players. So it is a lot of like these smaller stuff. And then like, hey, here's a Mario Strikers for fun. So like, I'm happy that we're getting like, Advance Wars and like all these other like smaller things. Like they're finally getting announcements. And I'm like, cool. Like not every Direct has to be, oh my God, it's Zelda. You know, like I enjoy these smaller ones. Like I'm going to play Advance Wars.
Oh no, Advance Wars. I've been hyping for Advance Wars ever since they announced it. But at the same time, going on your comment, Ryan, I'm with you because a lot of people on my Twitter, when the announcement came that hey, we're having a Direct in like X amount of days, people are like, oh, there better be Zelda news. There better be news about this. I'm like, guys, calm down. This is all the big stuff is saved for June or for October.
E3 is right around the corner.
Yeah, they save the big stuff for E3 and they save the big more big stuff for October for the holidays. That's what that's for. This is like, here's the beginning of the year. We got some stuff coming in the pipeline. Here's some updates. Here you go. The big stuff, you gotta wait, and I'm fine with that. I'm totally 100% fine with that.
Sparks, after all that said, what made you disappointed in this?
It's not that I was disappointed. That's not what I said. I said I'm just not as hype as Ben.
Yeah.
Look, 80% of these games are like, I like, yes, it's cool to hear the release dates, but I already saw the stuff for them, and I'm like, I know I want them, or I don't. Like Advance Wars, like, yes, I want it, but like I didn't get like hype as hell about Advance Wars 1 and 2's trailer. It's cool to know the release date, but I just wasn't hype. Right. Yeah. But then like there's a decent chunk of these that like I'm being realistic. Like I know I'm never gonna play the Xenoblade Chronicles. I know me, and I'm never gonna do it. So like there's nothing. It's not that it looks bad. I just know myself, and I'm not gonna play that game. And so there's nothing for me to get like super stoked about. I'm hot on Strikers. That's big. I know I want to play that Kirby game. This trailer was cool, but like I already knew that. And
we still got more to talk about.
And I'm happy to get the Mario Kart thing. Like that's me. Like I'm not disappointed. I'm just like not crazy hype.
Not as hot. Yeah.
And not as hot because I was expecting it's like okay, cool, Direct, and then all the stuff that came out, I was like, holy shit!
And like, like the things like Portal, like that's cool, but I'm probably not going to play that on my Switch because I still have it on my PlayStation and Xbox. And I'm, like No Man's Sky, that's not where I would prefer to play it. So it's just kind of things like that where I'm like, yeah, it's cool that it's on Switch, but I'm not going to do it there.
I mean, like there was another trailer for it's not on here, but they have the Kingdom Hearts cloud version. I'm sitting there like I'm never gonna play Kingdom Hearts on my Switch because I have it on my PlayStation because I don't need to.
Exactly. Good example. Like like great that it's on Switch. I'm never gonna touch it there.
Exactly.
Wait, Kingdom Hearts is getting a cloud version, but No Man's Sky isn't.
Right. See, that's weird.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I feel like that's also
Kingdom
Square's
Hearts 3
going.
You have to, but like all of them are cloud.
Yeah, I feel like
I just mean it's like the size of those games. I'm like, I don't understand that part.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben, go ahead.
We got a few more left to go. This opened up the show, or the Direct, I'd say. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. It was an announcement trailer. This is based off, of course, Fire Emblem Warriors, which is the Dynasty Warriors clone, but with all Fire Emblem characters. And just like Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity before it, it takes place only in a certain universe of the game, that game being the highly popular Fire Emblem Three Houses, which there's new there might be new story in. It's weird. I'm glad there's new story and there's like more stuff for Fire Emblem Warriors fans. I've never been a Dynasty Warriors fan, and I have played Age of Calamity. I'm just not into that, to be perfectly honest.
I'm not into Musos either. Like I dropped off the Dynasty Warrior train a long time ago.
I honest to God think those games are only fun to play with another person.
Or just like extremely drunk. Again, like they have a huge fan base, and that's great. Like it's just it is a shame that like there probably will be story stuff because there is story stuff, albeit it's not super big. There is story stuff in those Zelda.
There was, yeah.
So like
in
there probably will be story stuff.
Yeah, in Age of Calamity there was some really good story stuff, but as I was playing through it, I was like, it made me want to play Breath of the Wild more.
Yeah.
And if I play this, it's gonna make me finish my other 2 runs of Fire Emblem Three Houses more. Whereas, I mean, this probably, if it's gonna follow the formula as the other games, it's gonna have a co-op mode. But co-op mode when I was playing Age of Calamity, Age of Calamity, it was very laggy. Like the frame rate was just, especially with
the Switch can't handle it, man.
The Switch can't do it. I think like that's the thing is like when I played the Dynasty Warriors games in the past, and it's been a while. I liked only really like playing them doing couch play. Maybe online play would work too, but like it's all about, to me, like being able to, what's engaging is like, oh, I'm clearing over here and I'm clearing over here. If I'm just going through it, I feel like it gets repetitive and dull very quickly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I was having fun playing with Fanny, but once we got to a certain point, I dropped it and I never touched it again. And I'm like, I don't want to play.
Maybe this one doesn't have to be for you.
I also think that all of them are due for incorporating the modern Lego technology of how they do co-op.
Split screen?
With the split screen, where like it's the base around where you are on the screen and it rotates.
Yeah.
I think those games desperately need that.
That is true. That's a good idea. I mean, hey, if you're excited for Fire Emblem Warriors, I am happy for you. I'm glad it's coming out. I love Three Houses, but it just might not be for me. But you know what? If I do somehow play it, I might change my mind. But moving on to something that, once again, never came out to the United States. Live Alive is finally coming to the West in July. This is a RPG that takes place throughout time, and you play during certain eras of history, going all the way to the caveman to the far future. And in the middle, you have like the Old West, you have Edo Japan, you have like the present day. This game it looks so cool. And I want to say I've never heard about it before.
Well, because it never came out in America, so we weren't allowed to know about it because like it didn't come out here. Like I'm pretty sure this is the guy who made Chrono Cross, and this is a kind of similar game to Chrono Cross, where it's like a time traveling epic, but like it is so much more time traveling epic, and like it looks like a super unique game where it does a lot of proprietary weird stuff in it, like an Undertale or like a Earthbound or like a Mother.
Yeah.
It looks super unique and super fun, and like I definitely want to play it. And like the fact that it never came out here and it's like so beloved. You can apparently, because I was listening to a podcast about it. You can find like a third of it online in like a ROM hack, but the game was never there was not a complete version in America. So like you can play it a third of it online in Japanese if you want.
This is one of the ones that looked interesting to me. I'm just not entirely convinced I'll ever actually get to it.
Yeah. If it comes out somewhat soon, I probably can't play it because I'm too busy with like bigger games.
Yeah. Ryan, you mentioned Earthbound. This direct also announced Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings, which essentially it's Mother and Mother 2 are coming to the Nintendo Switch Online, SCS and NES respectively. And Mag is in the chat that says Mother 3, I'm okay waiting. Because
everyone was like, everyone 100% thought that there was going to be a Mother 3 announcement immediately after. Right. And like a lot of people are disappointed. I'm like, I get why you'd think that, but I'm like, not yet. But
moving on, Front Mission is coming to the Nintendo Switch, a tactical RPG that was famous on the PlayStation 1. It's getting a remaster, not just the first game, but both games are coming to the Switch. The first and the second one, I should say. They are announced, and it's got giant mechs, and it's a tactical RPG. Pretty much you're speaking my language here.
It's literally like, so I talked about, I was going to say a couple months ago, but it's the pandemic, so it's probably more like a year and a half ago. I was playing BattleTech, which is a mech RPG, and it is exactly Front Mission, just 20 years in the future. It is a board game based tactical. You move your mech and you choose like where you attack. You can blow someone's arm off, and you can use their missile launcher afterwards, like that kind of stuff. I am so excited to play this like new version of it, because like this is literally like just like you, like this is like my shit.
Yeah. Like this year is becoming like the year of tactical RPGs for the Nintendo Switch. Triangle Strategy, I have the demo downloaded. I played a mission of it. We got Metal Slug Tactics coming out this year. We have Advance Wars 1 and 2.
Not when Metal Slug Tactics come out. Let me tell you,
you can have Metal Slug
Not
Tactics.
when that one comes out.
Yo, when Metal Slug Tactics, when Metal Slug Tactics come, I'm probably gonna be like the second I find out when, if either myself or Sparks finds out when that game comes out, we're gonna message you. It's like, this is the date. This is when it comes out. But
there was something for Triangle Strategy here, right? Briefly,
I think yes, it was. It's coming out in March, and it was the announcement of the demo that can save your game up to 3 chapters. And so once you do get the game, you can transfer your save data over, so you don't have to restart.
That's a lot of hours too. Of the game. That's a lot of hours, apparently.
Again, like I'm loosely unconvinced I'll ever play it, but I also really do like to look up Triangle Strategy.
I played the first mission, and I am in love with that art style.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, the art style's what's making me want to
hyper. What's it called? Like 3D, 2D.
It's
HD
like
2D?
ultra. It's like ultra
HD
HD 2D. And
Yeah.
it's pixel sprite. It's like a mix of 16-bit SNES Genesis pixel sprites with a high-res version of a Sega Saturn or a Sega Dreamcast background.
Looks real good.
I was
love it.
talking
looks gorgeous.
with a friend about the art of triangle strategy, and it's that they're using consistent 3-tier painting, so that when they're painting the colors of something, it's always consistent of like it's different shades, so that makes it so that the pixels are easier to separate, but it gives them like their 3D look even though they're staying 2-dimensional. And I'm like, that's incredibly smart because it makes the shading very consistent.
And I love, like, I'm so excited for the game because like implementing different like elements into each other, like, oh, you make this thing burn on fire to kill all your enemies, or like using water and electricity, and like that's again like strategy shit. I love that shit so much. Like taking your time. And
there is when I was playing the first combat stage, there was when I moved my cursor, I was on a dock and I moved it out to the ocean accidentally, and there was a thing up in the corner of my HUD that said it was freezable and the water was calm. So I'm like, wait, can I like cast Blizzard on it and freeze it and get more ground to move? That would be
awesome.
rad.
That's awesome. I'm so
excited. It is. I mean, it's the first battle, so it just gets you with the basics. But either way, I'm excited. This is another tactical RPG that I'm going to sink probably so many more hours in, and I just got my PS5. This is my wallet's crying and wants to murder me. But last but not least, and this is actually something that caught me off guard, but I'm also super excited for, Klonoa Fantasy Revere series got a gameplay trailer and it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. For those of you who may not know, Klonoa is a puzzle platformer game from Bandai Namco, and it is amazing. I played Klonoa 2 on PS2 years ago. I loved it, never rented it or beaten it, and I'm mad because I couldn't find it, and it's stupid expensive now.
Right.
I've never played this, but I now recognize it as like, oh, I've seen this game before.
Yeah. So it's coming to the Switch, and Klonoa 2, which is the game I played on my PS2 originally, is in this collection. So I'm like, I could finally beat this game that I just played it once for like 5 hours straight, and I was like, this game is awesome. And then I took it back to Blockbuster and never touched it again.
I've definitely seen the design, and I've never been invested in the game, and maybe this will be a time. No idea. We'll see.
So another platform, a mascot platformer, yeah.
Yep.
So that's everything there, Ben?
That's everything.
All right. Well, why don't you take us out of this pause menu segment real quick?
Fun pause.
Look, you said it.